Welcome to my YouTube channel. I want to say happy Saturday. Hope everybody's doing good. So the topic I'm going to talk about is what a high value man should be. So, there's different definitions out there in the world. People saying a high value man should be making this certain amount of money, or a high value man should be something else, whatever. But I'm gonna give you what I think a high value man is, or what he should be. So, for number one, high value man should always take care of himself. Providing from himself, getting his feet up, getting a job. You know, starting off. Everybody's going to start off from a low salary base, and then they work themselves up through promotions and their hard work and dedication to the job. So you start from there, and then as you continue to rise up and your job, your salary increases, and your salary should not be um, the whole thing of what a high value man should be. It's not salary should not be determined by what type of man you are, rather rich or middle class, whatever. A high value man should always be taking care of himself, regardless of how much money he's making. But number two, taking care of your family. High value man should always put in his family first. If you have kids, you got a son or a daughter, taking care of your kids, making sure they going to school, making sure you got their school supplies. Just giving them a little kiss, saying have a nice day at school, or good night or stuff. Taking care, making sure they got everything they need, food on the table, clothes on and stuff, and just taking care of your family, and even for like your brother, sister, taking care of them, making sure you showing that love and support with them, and then with your mom and your father, depending on if you good relationships with them. If you're in good standing, then yeah, always keep that love, that support tight, because that's mainly one of these things that people need to start doing in the world, just taking care of their family, putting their selfish needs to the side, and just taking care of their mom, taking care of their father when they grow old, so that way it can be passed on to like your kids. When you have them one day, you're gonna want them to kind of not fully like taking care of you, like paying, making sure all your bills is paid, but as you get older, your body starts to get a little weaker and stuff, and your immune system starts to get weaker and stuff. So, you know, um, that is always should be a part of what a high value man should be. So the next one is taking accountability of your choices. So take accountability. We all gonna make some good choices and bad choices in life, but taking care but making sure you're taking the responsibility of those choices that you make, regardless if they have if consequences towards them. If they do have consequences, like for example, if you are on a diet and you want to eat up to a certain amount of calories each week, and you exceed that limit, um, you have to take accountability of it. Okay, I messed up this week. Oh, I messed up this day. I should have met. I should have at least been under those amount of calories for that day, but I ended up going over. So I had to take that accountability. Okay, I got messed up. What I usually do is that if I eat over my calories, then I go to the gym and work off those extra calories. So taking accountability is something along those lines, like that. And then even if like for relationships, you have kids with somebody that you didn't intend to have kids with, well, you gotta take the accountability of having the kids now. The kids is brought up into the world already. You don't have, you can't get a receipt and get and return it to God I mean, hey, it's already too late for that. So now you have to take the accountability of that. Now you have to take care of that kid for the rest of your life, making sure they set, taking care of all the financial burdens or financial stress that comes with the long raising a kid, but taking accountability of your choices. Hey, we all mess up, we all make bad choices, but you have to take the accountability for making those bad choices. So for number 4, actually this is 5 things. So just to let you know, so number 4 is kind of what I was talking about a little bit, is dealing with the consequences. So the consequences of the actions, you have no choice but to take it. Don't just kind of just start. Don't kind of just start talking about like kind of removing those responsibilities and trying to put it on somebody else. But it was your fault because you made that choice. It's time for you to own up to that decision and deal with those consequences. And there's rewards in dealing with those consequences. Um, there's a saying on there: whatever doesn't kill you make you stronger. These consequences is necessary. It's part of life. You have to really be responsible enough and say, okay, now I made this bad decision, or I have to take the responsibility of my actions. So number 5, and this is my best one: putting God first. You have to put God first. God has to be put first. I always put God first in my life, and first thing I do when I wake up in the morning is I pray to God, pray to Jesus, and you know that's really what I think. Out of all those 4 things that I talked about, I think the last one that I'm talking about is putting God first, and that is way more important. Putting God first is like the key to what a high value man should be like. And it talks about in the scripture. Let's see if I can pull it up. Um, Give me a second. Goes into the lines of talking about it's a scripture that talks about you can either serve money or serve God, but you can't serve both. All right, so in Matthew, book of Matthew in the Bible, chapter 6, verse 24 through 26. No one can serve 2 masters, for you will hate one and love the other. You will be devoted to one and despise the other. You cannot serve God and be enslaved to money. That tells you everything right there. Don't you can't serve money. See, there's this thing that going on in social media where there's some interviews of some women at the clubs and stuff that talk about, oh, a high value man needs to be making this amount of money. He needs to be making 200K, 300K a month. How many men in the United States is making that much money? Come on. How many men in the United States is making over 200K or 300K? That is insane. So how did we come from having a traditional family and just putting the family first and not putting the money first, to now we putting the money first and putting the family last? How did we get to that point in life? In America, really. I can't really speak for other countries, but America, I'm pretty sure that other countries is probably doing a little bit better than America, than keeping the traditional family first. But America is like, oh, you need to be making 200K a month, 300K a month, knowing that they have multiple kids and stuff already from a douchebag or somebody who wasn't even trying to stay in their life forever. But putting God first is like the must, because then you put God first, you most likely gonna be making the best choices in your life. Putting God first always, it helped me a lot. It helped me a lot. It helped me really, really put everything that I said together. It really helped me take accountability for my actions. It also taught me how to take care of myself. It also taught me to deal with the consequences. When you sin, you have to deal with the consequences of it. Don't run away from it. Just deal with it. As a man, you have to deal with it. You have to take the ownership of the mistakes that you make in life. So, but just those 5 things of what I think a high value man should be like. If y'all new to the channel, hope y'all subscribe to it. Hit the like button, and there will be more content coming. I should be posting at least about probably 2 times a week. So we'll see how that goes. But thanks everybody for watching. Hope you got something out of this. Thank you. Enjoy your Saturday, and peace.